So besides that, I don't know, for me is also like the way creative process works is I read as well, you know, like the books and things like that. Just read something and that make me think of another different story, different time. The current events as well, like, you know, science. I love science. So like science is also a fascinating subject, and especially space and all that, and fascinated with that.
Yeah, there was have you ever seen Tenet, the movie by Nolan?
I have not. I have to watch it. Yeah.
It's based on this concept. This doesn't spoil anything, I don't think. There's this concept I read in a Brian Greene book about how if an egg drops off the counter, it rolls off and breaks.
Yeah.
Based on physics, advanced physics, there's a chance, very fucking finite, that it could actually reverse and come up. It's called reverse entropy.
Really?
I read that and I was like, what? But somehow it kind of, there was logic to it.
Yeah.
There's like, I don't know how to explain the logic, but it's a thing. Now, Nolan turned that into a James Bond style action thriller.
Wow. That's
taking a concept that makes you go, huh, and then turning an entire movie about. Here's the thing: the first half of the movie is pretty cool. Second half,
mind blowing. Wow.
All right, if it's all right with you, I want to kind of explain. The second half of the movie is him going backwards in time in a world that's moving forwards.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
The way they executed it, I'd never seen something like that in movie theater before.
Wow.
But also you saw everything that they went through, everything that happened up in the first half of the movie in reverse. But you know, and all these weird things that happen throughout the beginning, you're like, oh shit. That's why that happened. Wow. I'm sorry if I spoiled it.
No, not at all.
I didn't spoil too much. But oh my god, dude!
Wow.
I watched that. Yeah. So the first half is cool, but the second half, man, dude, it is all. It's just jaw dropping.
Wow.
But you know, the only thing it felt like it lacked was. And I think he did his best with what he had. Like I watched the movie more than I've ever watched one of his films.
Right.
Like that's not true. Well, I watched it more than I've ever watched one of his films right after, seeing it for the first time or I don't know. I mean, I watched it like 5 times.
Yeah, because it's like the movies like that, it makes you fascinated with how they did it. And then every time you watch it,
well executed.
Right.
Or it's so confusing the first time you see it. And plus, they mastered the audio for big theaters, and it's like hard to hear sometimes. Even though I saw it in a big theater, I felt like it was. But he actually argued that he doesn't really care if people hear the dialogue. But it's actually kind of true at times. Like you don't need to hear the dialogue at times, but you feel like you're missing something. But when you watch it again or with subtitles, you're like, oh, I didn't really miss that much when you miss the dialogue lines. I'm used to like needing to hear every single dialogue line.
Yeah, and the thing is also like about this kind of movies with how you watch. Every time you rewatch the movie, you find something different. It's always you find a different detail. You find something else that you missed. So like, and you understand it different. For me, that movie was Interstellar. Going back
I
to
love that movie.
Yeah, I watched that movie. Favorites. Yeah, that's what
Nolan. Yeah,
Christopher Nolan.
No, yeah, Nolan.
Yeah. So that was like, I watched that movie probably 5-6 times, and then I actually finally got the ending probably after the fourth watch.
I got it after the first, when I first saw it, because I was really interested in a lot of that at the time, all that stuff.
Well, they came out with the science thing behind the Interstellar. There's a video on YouTube that I watched that actually
before, spoiler alert. Well, I don't know when we're going to talk about the spoilers, but we're going to get into it.
We're going to get
into just in case, because I'm going to talk about my version of it in a bit.
Oh, what Interstellar?
Yeah, actually, real quick, if you want to jump ahead like 30 to 45 seconds, I'll be talking about spoilers. So 30 seconds now. Basically, I think with like Interstellar, it's like super AI. If humans become like super AI, like God level intelligence, they'll be able to do things like bring people back from the dead. or do some crazy shit that we can't even imagine now. Things that are God level,
right?
Wait, hold on. Or if you jumped ahead 30 seconds, keep going. Keep going 30 more 15 to 30 more seconds. Basically, God level intelligence, and like they'll be able to do things with physics that we can't even comprehend right now.
Right.
Like 15 more seconds. Basically, fuck it. They'll figure it out. All right. Sorry, we're still talking about spoilers. All right, we're still talking about spoilers, but 30 more seconds or to a minute, we'll be done. It's like or 2 minutes, I don't know.
2 hours.
Yeah, so 2 hours later. Basically, I can't get this thought out if I have to keep thinking about that. Basically, it's like
this concept of time.
It's realizing that if time is something we can manipulate or transcend, then it's just a matter of intelligence, increasing our intelligence level. And so the idea that, God, as we see it, this idea of God might be our future selves trying to help us from the future.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's a possibility. Now, people think that's very egotistical to say, and I get it. I just think it's like, but if that's possible,
it's a time. It's in a way this
but
time
also
travel.
Also it's like archetypically, or that's the right word, archetypically. Yeah, it's like
trademark that
the whole idea of God. If you're not a believer in the supernatural or religion, or if you kind of view things from a very moralistic or rational perspective, or just a rational perspective, it's like the idea that of a God, this future judge, this future all-seeing judge, it's kind of the ideal version of trying to become the best version of yourself. Because if you kind of treat your life as if there is going to be this all-knowing God and presence that's going to look over everything I've done, and judge me for it, you're going to get your shit together. And here's the thing. There is that person. It's you.
Right.
And others who are watching you. And you know what? It's like if you want to improve your life, you have to stop lying to yourself. And if you're honest about yourself, and you repent, you beg for forgiveness for your sins. Who are you asking for forgiveness from? Maybe it's God. Maybe there's a God, or maybe it's you, or a future version of yourself, or it's you now, who is the knowing presence in your own life.
Right.
I mean, I think there's a chance that there's something supernatural, something bigger than us. Because I think it's I don't know. I don't know. I mean, after I read The War of Art and The Hero with 1,000 Faces, I started kind of thinking, all right, maybe there's a lot more to this life and existence that I know about.
Yeah.
Because at the time I was kind of veering towards becoming more and more skeptical about everything. But when I started praying, and this is just an example, like I started praying before my writing sessions, and what happened was my writing got dramatically better, like exponentially.
Interesting.
Like it seemed like I had let go of the needing to think that I knew all the answers.
Right. And
it helped me to, and it also gave me this confidence, this idea, if I prayed to something greater than myself and gave myself up to something greater than myself, what ultimately happened was it felt like forces from beyond my understanding or beyond me came and changed and improved what I was working on.
Right. Yeah.
And you know what? I believe that there's like something out there. I believe that there's a God. I believe that there's something.
Yeah.
Because you know what? When I do believe, shit seems to happen. But then again, then when I was making Rusty Spade, I was like, oh God, please don't let me screw this up. And then battery died. But you know what? Well, I'm glad it happened. So things happen for a reason. And or maybe things don't happen for a reason, but those who think that things happen for a reason tend to do better.
Right.
Because they look for the opportunity for things to, you know, improve or whatever. They look for the meaning in things where there might not be meaning, but they fill it with meaning. And, you know, Man's Search for Meaning is a book by Viktor Frankl. And one of the things he developed in the like Auschwitz or the, you know, like or the death camps, you know, I think it was Auschwitz.
Auschwitz. Yeah.
He did you read that book?
I did not. No.
So he basically wrote, you know, he had worked on this logotherapy, which was his life's work. It got destroyed when he was going there, but he, you know, through that experience, he kind of, you know, reconstructed. I think he reconstructed. No, that's Solzhenitsyn, who went through who wrote the Gulag Archipelago, which I'm reading right now. And I heard from Jordan Peterson that's like miles ahead of Viktor Frankl, but not to diss him, but like it was like, basically, his therapy, logotherapy, was about the idea that the best therapy is meaning in life,
finding
meaning in your experiences. You know, I forget if his wife died, but one of the things that helped him get through it, I could be wrong, because we're on the 5 hours and 20 minutes. Damn, dude. Let's get 6. Can we get 6? Are you good? You down?
We get 6, yeah.
Yeah, man. Let's do it. Fucking 6-hour podcast. Basically,
it's going on HBO, by the way.
Yeah. Basically, he thought that his wife was still alive, I think, but she wasn't. But basically, it's like, you know, it was something that he didn't know that she wasn't alive,
right?
Or this might have been somebody who talked to, I forget, but I think it might have been him. But the idea of it kept going, and like for me, filmmaking is that thing, or somebody I'm, you know, romantically interested in is the same thing. It's like you have to find something in life that gets you through it,
right? Yeah,
I think that's why art is so important. If we get to an age where believe it or not, like people wouldn't have to work, people wouldn't have to, you know, chase money and things. If we ever got to a point like that where everybody's just downloading skills and nobody has to compete for resources, people can everybody gets the enough resources to live and live life the way they want and try to spend it making life better for other people. If we get to a place like that, something has to fill the void. And what it is something that brings your life meaning, an activity, an art, a craft or something.
Right.
And you know what? People might not, if we don't have to compete in that future world where people can just fucking download whatever skill or your kung fu, whatever, all this shit. You want to download Tom Proffitt's ability to write and direct movies? Fuck you. Go ahead. You can. And you know what? You don't have to spend all that time downloading new skills after new skills after new skills just so you can compete against everybody else who's doing that. You can spend time practicing and playing with those skills and enjoying it and making art and making things that are unique to you and personal to you and makes your life meaningful. And that is like an egoless society. Hopefully if all those things happen, there's going to be people who are, you know, egoless, who can, you know, if we don't have to compete, you know, I think that would work.
But
that would mean like
it would stop
capitalism.
The progress.
Would, you know,
competition is what drives what drives the progress. You know, like you think if
well, as long as everybody can survive. Without having to do what they don't want to do.
Right. That's
the bare minimum.
Bare minimum.
If people can survive doing what they love, how they want to do it.
How would that change?
That's probably the ideal world.
Right.
But also there needs to be some competition.
Of course, yeah.
So
competitions within what you do.
Within what you do, so that you do the best at what you love to do.
Right.
So you're driven further to do the best of what you love to do. Because I mean, it'd be like playing Minecraft on creative mode. I was watching a documentary on YouTube like a thing about the creator of Minecraft, and it's so ironic and tragic. It was Notch. His nickname was Notch or something. But the reason why it doesn't say that this is a creation of Notch anymore on his thing. So back, he didn't like to face like criticism from people. He didn't get into making video games for that. And when he made Minecraft, everything was great. Everything was going great. He had made the game of his dreams, and then basically he started working on other projects. So his attention wasn't on Minecraft anymore. Other people took the reins on that, but everybody blamed him for everything that happened with Minecraft,
right?
Because his name was on it still, and he still owned it and all that, and he was still making money from it. And he got sick of it. And I get why it probably wasn't as good as it probably, because he diverted his attention to other things. Usually when the creator of something, like the auteur, the director or something, the originator of the ideas, who has the first principles, they're the one who should, who are going to make it as good as it can possibly be usually.
Right. Yeah.
Very, very few times does something transfer over unless that person who then gets the power to in creative control of it, unless they have total autonomy to do whatever they want. And you probably don't want that if Minecraft became this big thing. You can bet that person got pushed back on any one kind of decisions, and so that or didn't want to do anything bold, because you want to please the fan base. So it's like, and because it becomes a commodity. No, it becomes a product, a big expensive like a big money maker. So
especially when it takes off.
Yeah, it did, and it was super successful, but. He didn't like being in that position where he was constantly being harassed about things that he wasn't doing. He should have put up with it, because instead he ranted on Twitter. Does anybody want to buy Minecraft? Because I'm sick of this. Being given shit for something for something that isn't in my control, or it isn't I'm not doing, but it was a kind of a rant. Microsoft came in there with like 2-point-something billion.
Yeah.
Bought it. After taxes, that's like 1.4 something. And yeah, that's what he ended up with. But he was a billionaire. He bought this like $70 million mansion, and had all these parties, like prolific parties. He probably still does, but it's like he became extra lonely, and all these people, he just alienated everybody from his life, or he felt alienated or something. It's like, and he ended up alone, just kind of this lonely existence without purpose, kind of like creative mode of Minecraft. And basically it's ironic, because like once you have everything, once you get that billions of dollars, you lose the drive to succeed,
right?
And that's why capitalism capitalism is the idea that you get to the way it works is you need that drive to succeed, or to create progress.
Right. Yeah.
But the way the problem comes in when you reach that point where it's like you become ultra successful, it's those who keep that drive. But I don't know, there's not a better solution. Because you know what? If you trust me, you give if you want to know what happens when just look at history. I mean, or what's going on in the world. You can the Gulag Archipelago I'm reading right now. And it basically, that book, when it came out, he Solzhenitsyn wrote it from memory when he was in the camps, the work camps of the labor camps of Russia or the Soviet Union, and his book, he wrote it from memory in those camps, and it recounts all these testimonials from like hundreds of or thousands of people, and victims and of torture and all these things, and it just delineates all the methods they used to do everything they did, and all the ridiculousness of it. Just like they got to a point where it just imprisoning people just got out of style. Right. Like there was waves of imprisonment of like we're gonna imprison all these types of people, all these types of people, and it's like it became this ridiculous thing, and people were just dying, like it was just in masses and getting killed, and it's just it's and in gruesome ways, and it's like that's the opposite of capitalism. And it's like, I get it, but you have to bring up a better, but if you're gonna like shit on it, have a better system, right? Because you know what, that is better than being sending a bunch of people to like a fucking camp to be tortured and beaten to death over crimes that they didn't commit. Because that happened. Right. It's history. History shows it, like, in a way, and it might repeat itself. Right. History doesn't repeat itself, but it sure does rhyme. That's a Mark Twain one. That's a Mark Twain one. Yeah. Do you ever heard that one?
I don't think so.
That's a good one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this podcast clip. For notes and links to things mentioned on the show, my films, full episodes, or other selected clips, go to profittableproductions.com/podcast. Profitable is spelled like my name with 2 F's and 2 T's. Also, for updates on future episodes, follow me on Instagram at Proffitt Take and at Profitable Productions. Consider liking and subscribing. It helps me out a lot. Thanks again. Catch you on the next take.